So Darren McStravick has got a new YouTube channel on which he does quite regular live streams. I'd like to encourage you all to go subscribe over there. He's got some quite interesting and thought-provoking conversations going on. He is a vegan, and he was doing a live stream about Ask Yourself, who's currently having a sort of in-house battle with another vegan. I was asked to take part, so I've got the link to that full live stream below, and I'd just like to show a couple of highlights. As you know, I'm sure, my main question is veganism a cult? I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, sorry, before we keep going though,
Yeah, sure.
do we all three of us watch their content more or less equally?
Johnny does not watch any of their content, but we're going to
Oh,
get to his discussion soon enough.
Yeah.
It's been listening to what you're talking about, though, because I mean, from what I can gather, it's two fairly popular vegan YouTubers that, more or less, from what you're saying, kind of proves the point that I'm making, really.
Yep.
And that they're always trying to outdo each other. There can only be one vegan. You know, at the end of the day, it's like it's a competition. Nobody's vegan enough for anybody else, and
we ourselves can't be activists, and they can be. Like, the thing is, you know, there's you kind of get to a point where, depending on where you live and what you're doing in your life, you just cannot like put that amount of time and energy into any form of activism, and especially not like YouTube videos. So you know, you sort of want to put that into someone else, and you find that whoever that person is or people.
Right.
So you know, and those two are those people.
It's basically like you're one of the people who goes to church on a Sunday and sits down, and you can think to yourself, oh, I don't have to proselytize my religion because there's this preacher who stands at the front of the room and he does that for me. It's kind of like that.
I didn't think about it. I would never describe it that way, but actually it's kind of apt.
Yeah, it's not too bad of an interpretation, I'd say.
Yeah, that's actually not bad, yeah.
You know, because most people get their stats and their facts from America, and most people don't look at the places in their own country. It's good to know that both of you have, and you're aware of the situation in your own country. And I would never suggest that I know better than you in that regard, but I think we've both got a problem where most people take their stats and facts from America and just assume that that is universal.
Yeah,
and that's what's driven me to the position that I'm at right now.
The issue here is that people tend to think that vegans on average make blanket statements, and a lot of them do, because a lot of them just aren't willing to accept reality. A lot of them are very spiritualistic hippie retards. And I'm going to go straight and say that directly, that there are a very high population of vegans that are spiritualistic hippie morons, brain dead retards that will happily proselytize without having any basis or understanding of what veganism is, apart from what it is to them, whether they think it's good, whether they think it promotes well-being for them, not for whether it actually would work for anyone else.
Johnny, I think actually when you were saying before you would eat dog meat, I think you're in the minority though. I think you're one of the few people who would actually own up to that and be like, yeah, you know what, fuck it, that's a like, I'm not being inconsistent here. Like, because the thing is, there's a lot of people who would be and like, no, I would never eat dog meat, what the fuck, man? Like, that would be their answer to that question. So you're in a bit of a different position than the majority.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason for that mostly is because when I was responding to Isaac's video, I realized...
Sorry, do you want to actually just quickly say, when you were responding it, what do you find objectionable about name the trait?
My main contention is that there is, you know, the name a trait itself is ludicrous. Like the whole concept that, you know, we have pet pigs. Yeah, there are people who eat pigs and there are people who keep pigs as pets. So what's the difference in the trait between those two exact animals? Do you see what I mean? Like, there is no trait that's something edible. It's ridiculous. it bothered me. So I made a video, and since then all I've got is hate and people telling me I'm wrong, but nobody explaining why I'm wrong.
Yeah, I look, I sympathize where you're at, but I also sympathize where Isaac is at, because the barrage of shit that you get, which now I'm sure you're familiar with, it's kind of ironic that I'm talking about it now. The barrage of shit you get, like where people are just like, I'm gonna eat double the steaks, now that I've watched this video. To be honest, I can see where someone like Isaac is coming from, because the kind of people he's seeing in his comment sections are just like the most zealous meat eaters ever.
I mean, I've got to the stage now, this bullshit pops up on my Facebook feed. I'll go in and specifically tell them that they've made me hungry for meat now by showing me this chicken diet.
Oh no.
I'm going to go eat an egg because I get hungry. You know, you show me images of cows being slaughtered, and I'm thinking to myself, I need to go buy a steak because there are juicy steaks on the shelf. You're having the opposite effect when you're sharing all this bullshit. We're not shocked anymore. We were shocked in the 90s. You got a big following from people who have weak emotional states. Nowadays, we've seen it all, and it's just so boring. And it's kind of annoying. I mean, we don't go out of our way to tell you guys that you've got the wrong kind of lifestyle, and yet that's all
I would actually disagree with that highly.
Yeah, this is what you're saying. You're saying that there's meat eaters that come out of the woodwork and they say things like, "Oh, I'm going to eat twice as many steaks." Well,
no, I'm actually just referring to the zeitgeist of general consumerism, because it's not tipped in the favor of veganism at all. It is entirely tipped in the favor of meat eating.
Yeah, well, there's a reason for that, isn't there? It's because of percentages within society. There are more people who are eating meat, therefore it's more readily available. So yeah, make your own mind up what you think of veganism. Comment below, let me know, because you know I just love reading all the hate that I get from these kind of things. Have a good day. Take it easy. Peace.
Stereophonic sound for the home is recorded on 2 separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back simultaneously on 2 separate systems, the sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound impossible to obtain in a monaural recording.